slip in a gully. He went for the change-up delivery. The in-swinger lost it. 17 extras. Will be disappointing for the Bangladesh bowling coach here. 12 wides. The boys, the keeper could have done nothing about it. It flew over his head. But wides is something that they really would be concerned about so early in the innings. Naveed Nawaz, head coach, nicely put away through the gap again. Some runs on offer. Last part of this over. That will be 6 of this. Azeen, 9 done, 53 for 1. One more over to go in the first power play now. Here is Shahriar Alimeen. One of the 3 changes Bangladesh have come up with in this match. The fast bowler, Sobuj the other change. That bit expensive. Oh, good delivery. The bowler is excited. Umpire clearly has said not out. But on target, on the money. Alameen, the very first delivery of his third. Umpire Nadeem Anjum called into action. What a pitch. Goes wide on the crease. Angles in. Left simmer. And it's that man once again. I just cannot believe what kind of spell he's going through. Batting is seeming very, very difficult for him at this stage because the kind of deliveries he's getting. Lucky he's still there. Angled in, will be wide. So they should be wary of the extras. I'm sure Dr. Mahmoud Ibn Munur, the fast bowling coach of Bangladesh, will keep a close eye on that. You yourself being a top order batter, Faisal Bhai, have you been on the receiving end, as we were mentioning, once Chetri receiving these gems again and again? Most of the time I had to. Most of the times I didn't even need a good delivery to get me out. So. Oh, cleaned him up. Full delivery. And he gets his scalp, does Alameen. It is Chetri who has to go. Correction in line, correction in length. That fuller length, still movement. And the angle of deviation not big enough to go past the stumps. Have a look at that. Wide on the crease again, but that length is the key. And the movement knocks back the off stump. One would be wondering what's happening with him. He gets another pitch. And he's walking back. Once again, an early exit. Goes for 4. Nepal, 54 for 2. Just lost their second wicket. That brings in Shrestha in at 4 for Nepal. Have to hold things together. The run rate's good for Nepal, 54. Still 4 more deliveries to go in the 10th over. But Alameen responding to the trust, to the faith put in him by the management. Wonderful bowling. Bowl a pitch and then followed by a wide. Said correction in line and length. Lack of consistency. That is what you just mentioned the bowling coach, Dola Mahmood, will be working on. It's understandable. These are youngsters right at the beginning of their careers. Might have a little bit of technical things in their action that needed to be sorted. The release, the wrist position is also technical, and build the action, the repeatable action over the years. But edge and I kicked it, or the bat hit the ground at the same time. The reaction from the Bangladesh players. They can, umpire Nadeem Anjum says no. Tricky. He pitches it up again and brings out noise. Were there 2 noises? Bat hitting the ground, but at the same time, I think there was an edge. Looks like might have been. Tricky. Never easy. Never easy. These, well, they believe they've got the man. Not to be. Can't be disheartened by that. Bowling well. Just focus on that. Nicely behind it on this occasion. The classy stroke. Displacement. Good fielding. They will tag together and throw it back. All happening here. It is indeed, Shamana. All happening for you since morning, and started to happen here when you come in the comm box. The current run rate, but that big shout, the previous delivery. But look at the reaction from the batter. Help from here, but the reaction on the previous replay, you saw how nervously the batter looked behind and then sheepishly looked towards the air. He got away with it. On to the next chapter. That's what you can do. Can't dwell on the past. Bangladesh missing out on the services of Al Fahad. Been part of this setup. Sort of has a complicated action, and that prompts an injury. Got injured during a series when Afghanistan was touring Bangladesh just quite recently. 14 wickets in 5 matches. Zimbabwe tie series. But that also means opportunity for these lads in Sobuj and Alameen to come in, grab their place. Razin certainly has done that with his performance, of course. Nicely behind it. Be the end of the power play. 58 for 2 Nepal. Has been a happening power play. 3 boundaries, 2s, 3s, and 2 wickets. This confirmation. Nepal, they have got the runs on the board. They have got the cushion to take a few deliveries, maybe milk the runs, steady the ship, and challenge Bangladesh. Sobuj given the opportunity. coming into bowl again. Slightly expensive in his first spell. Change of ends for him. Start bowling from the near end now. Over the course of the tournament, as this 10-over power play represents the highest score in the power play this ground. Also, what's been more significant as well, that we've seen fast bowlers get a lot of wickets from this top end, the commentary box end. We've noticed that, and now Sobuj changing ends, probably change of fortune for him as well. Went for 16 in his first 2 overs. You really need to chip in those conditions. As a fast bowler coming out of subcontinent, hardly ever get them, and when you do get them, you've got to make it count for you. And finds the gap, does fresh touch. And I like the fact that the management is backing their fast bowlers. The Bangladesh winning the toss, Azizul Hakim Tamim, and asking Nepal to come and have a bat. Few good deliveries, but the ones which were wayward were punished, and then came the outside edge. It was a good catch taken by Rifat Beg as the slip caught him. Saad Islam Razin was bowling well. Couple of changes from the other end though, and Al-Amin was fiery. Look at those eyes. Cleaned the stumps up, so 2 wickets, 58 runs. Quite a bit happened. I want to touch base on something. I mentioned how Azizul Hakim Tamim won the toss. And the previous series, when Afghanistan was travelling to Bangladesh, 6 matches played, he lost all the 6 tosses. And let's account for the first match when they played against Afghanistan as well, the ICC Academy. Bit of an appeal, but there was an added noise which will suggest inside edge. So he's won the toss after quite a few matches. The last time, as Ahmed Khwaja helped me out, our stats guru here, he won the toss, was back in September and probably in the UK. Place you like? Wow. It's funny how the tosses go. You know, that India is on a huge losing streak in terms of tosses. Short pitch delivery goes past the gloves. Yeah, I don't know how it works out, but we see one of those peculiar things with cricket. Cricket is a funny sport, we say, not without reason. Well, if I take Ahmed Khwaja, stat guru's words, tails never fails. I don't know, we need to tell this to Tanzim, because, but his luck is changing, so maybe change for the better. It's taken by Faisal behind the stump. Sobuj now comes back into action and gets the wicket. How often have we seen this second phase with the new ball here at the 7th cm? Lines and lengths to be bowled on those helping surfaces. Fuller length, inviting the drive. You'd have to say very minimum footwork. Just relying heavily on the hands. And the edge carries comfortably. Sobuj makes a wonderful comeback. And now he's Got more support behind the stumps. One slip in place. Bowled him. Sobuj cleans him up. After a good over, there is a flurry of wickets. Bangladesh celebrate. Crumbling. It's Bangladesh. After like the first game, deja vu for Nepal. Just like deja vu for Nepal. Just like the first game. Good opening stand. There is a three fast bowlers.
मैं एक ऑनलाइन इन्वेस्टिगेटिव रिपोर्टर।
मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा उसने मुझसे झूठ क्यों बोला।
आई थिंक इट्स अ ट्रैप।
अगर वो किरण के साथ हाथ मिला चुका है तो उससे जिंदा छोड़ना ठीक नहीं।
कुछ बड़ा करने का वक्त आ गया।
अपनी कुर्सी का पेटी बांध लीजिए।
ये सिर्फ मेरी नहीं, करोड़ों हिंदुस्तानियों की कहानी है।
तेरे लिए एक तोहफा लेके आया हूँ।
गांव से मर्सी नाम की लड़की लापता हुई थी।
उस रात तुमने वहां किसी ऐसे को देखा जिस पर तुम्हें शक हो?
नहीं सर।
जब तक
रानी ये नहीं जानती कि उससे खतरा बाहर से कम भीतर से ज्यादा है।
बिहार के सबसे युवा सीएम बनेंगे। हमारे जीते जी जय बिहार का सीएम नहीं बन सकता।
पीएम की कुर्सी से गिराने वाली अगर कोई है तो वो केवल रानी भारती ही है।
उन्मा बड़ा कर रही है गवारा।
जवाब तो देना ही पड़ेगा।
देखिए महारानी सीजन 4 सोनी लिव पर।
That you all know, 31 of the 39 wickets in this ground, 7 stadium, have been taken by pacers. Starts the over well, Alamin. It's an incredible stat considering this is Asia Cup, subcontinent teams are playing, but it is because of the conditions. And talking to the groundman this morning, he said It's a little bit more grass on this one. This is the pitch that's been used for the first time before. All the other pitches also had good grass coverage, according to the curator. A little bit more. So that's the reason why you see pace dominating. Looking to hit hard, Shrestha. Shrestha was given not out. They could have been 60 for 5, so a bit of fortune on his side, but he needs to make it count because that's why we've seen centuries being hit in this ground as well. And big ones as well. That's also, I'll bring in the curator testament to him as well. It is a fantastic cricket pitch. Pace dominating, but it doesn't mean that as a batter you have no chance. When you ride the storm and then you can play your strokes all across and a miss. Because of the true bounce, as a batter, if you're in, you can also express yourself. Square of the wicket, horizontal bat strokes, you can hit through the line. These opportunities will come, but for that, you have to grind hard. You have to survive the new ball salvo, and then be very, very selective about your strokes as your innings progresses, and things definitely get easier. But if you're not in the middle, you can't help it. In the block hole, well executed. Words, Shah Faisal. These guys, it applies for all the teams. In fact, these guys are so young. Want them to be out there in the middle, just like these fast bowlers in Alameen and Sobuj. They took their time. All of a sudden, now it seems that they are in their groove. There will be a lot of talk about what lengths to be bowled before the game by the coaches. There's a lot of knowledgeable people around. But then to go on and execute it, like you said, they're so young. It takes them time. Catcher is the call! Almost. Almost. I think it was Aleen. He slips again. I'm not the only one slipping this morning. Like you said it, Shamanai. You started the rot in that department. Those grassy banks were a bit too damp for you. And your white pants. This was a terrific effort. Probably didn't quite come on as quickly as he anticipated. Lack of pace. Make him mistime his jump. Opportunity definitely. Bangladesh set high standards in the field. Their fielding coach, Richard Stonier, watching from the sidelines. Guess who's the batter? Shrestha again. Kalam Siddiqui Ali in the guilty party. Timing, not only important while batting, very important while fielding as well. Could have had a wicket, Alameen, in this over, not to be 61 for 4.
সবাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দেন।
Yeah, Richard Stonier, the strength and conditioning coach from the UK, was part of the u19 World Cup winning setup as well. And he's putting in his steps for the day. He's a rubber man. He is a restless man. You won't see him till. Sobuj will be on a hat trick. Back-to-back strikes in the previous over. Just the one slip, not overly attacking the Bangladesh skipper. Mohammad Sobuj. It was swing on offer. Lightly on the leg side. Went for the fancied boulder leg before. Went in with the in-swinger fuller length. Played it just a little bit. The bowling coach, Nola Mahmood. The a fast bowling coach. They got a spin bowling coach as well, traveling along Bangladesh. That's Arshad Khan. But yeah, Dollar Mahmood will be very happy with the latest exchanges from his charges, and the plans that they would have talked about, they have started to come into place. And you can see that the timeline as well. Wickets, wickets, and it has literally stopped the run scoring. Nepal were scoring at better than a run a ball before the rot started. 3 wickets in not so long time. It's really pegged them back.
Really has, and the wickets have dried out the boundaries as well. Right hand side, bottom of your screen. Catches the call again. Now, yeah, it fell short. But modesty.
That's very good to see. Signal straight away to the umpire. Never easy to dive forward. No pace on the ball as well as it ballooned up. Had covered a lot of ground, and the ball bounced just before he could get his hands underneath. Well, Krista is living a charmed life here, and I don't know what Wunsch is thinking in the dugout.
Tough edge. Skied it. Sobuj gets it. One too many for Shrestha. Fourth time, not lucky. Sobuj gets his third. Good attacking bowling. Cramped him up for space with pace and bounce.
No hat-trick for Sobuj, but 3 wickets in 6 balls for the tall seamer. Got too big on him, and the luck finally ran out for Shrestha. Easy as you like. Sobuj doing the job himself. Shrestha 13 deliveries. Lucky stay in the end comes to an end for 5. It's 61 for 5 Nepal.
Ashish Luhar comes in as Nepal are in more than a spot of bother, I'd say. Having lost 5 wickets now.
He has to show some steel. Lohar.
Reaching, weren't you? Well, that's how the last 15 deliveries have panned out.
3 wickets.
Bowling well now is Sobuj.
So sometimes a bowler needs on surface like this, that first wicket, then he can be on a roll. This time the shorter length, they already noticed that wasn't able to get around too quickly and not got on top of these short deliveries. He bowled him one earlier in the over, but this one of the splice came straight back to him. This is good delivery.
Full length delivery, sliding down the leg, half-hearted appeal, but the batters rotate. What that does is denies Sobuj the wicket maiden. Very well bowled over from Sobuj. It's 62 for 5 after 13.